Hello everybody, I'm back, and I sure am glad that you are as well. If you follow me on a regular basis, welcome back, and I hope you're all doing well and have had a lovely Easter. And for those of you who are joining me for the first time, I've been gone for a little while due to some health issues, but they're being taken care of finally after 4 months. um, so anyway, I wanted to come on and show you something I've been working on. I don't work very long in my craft room. I can make the bed and then I have to lay down. I have what's called, um, oh goodness, um, iron deficiency anemia. Your iron is supposed to be between 40 and 200, and mine is at 23%. So we are taking care of that. We just have to find the cause of why I'm not absorbing iron anymore, which they're pretty sure that they know. So anyway, I'm on some medications. The first one didn't work very well for me. I'm on a specific diet, and my hands aren't as shaky, but they're still shaky. So be prepared for that. So anyway, I have this little journal. I made it a long time ago. It's one of my favorite kits. It's Lavender Mae by Raindrop Lila, and I am making a large journal using a lot of Lavender Mae for my daughter. Her birthday is in May. She loves purple as much as I do, and anyway, so this has been on like a little shelf in my craft room since I made it because I just love it. I've never written in it or anything, and I always write in my journals, but I just love this one. It was kind of like off the cuff type thing. It was like, I have this book cover, what can I do with it? So this is just a little latch. It doesn't really do anything. I just thought it looked nice there. And then the spine was really bad, so I put some very heavy linen underneath this gorgeous antique lace. I didn't think the antique lace would hold. And then I had an older book, a large one, so I used the inside of that large book to cover this because it was really bad, in bad shape. So, and then on the inside as well, I did a hidden spine, so that's on that real heavy crocheted linen, or crocheted, yeah, I guess lace or something. So this is the Lavender Mae kit, and you'll be seeing a lot of this in my journal, but this was kind of my inspiration. I walked in at the beginning of April, and I saw it, and I thought, oh, perfect. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it is darling. This letter is green, and I thought it went well. It's in German, and it was from 1916. But it's green, and I just thought it was so neat because that's how it went through the mail. It's just, I don't know, I love these kinds of things. And that's some tea stain paper, and I rounded all the corners to match the corners of the journal itself. I mean, like the book cover, you know. I have no idea where this book cover came from because it's in German, and I don't know where it came from. Somebody must have sent it to me. I could have purchased it. I don't know. But I had it in my stash, so I used it. This is just a French dictionary page, and then some more aesthetic photos, and then more Lavender Mae. So you'll be seeing a lot of this ephemera. I got my printer back. I had it for 3 months and it broke, so they sent me a new one. And I'll try to get through this fast so we can work on my project that I want to do today. This was originally in the book. It had just a couple of pages, but they were very, very brittle. But this was in the book originally, so I just left it there and put some antique lace right there to hold it in on that French book page. This is tea stain paper. This is a, it's like a linen. It's beautiful. It looks like fabric cardstock that I used for the center page. And then this is all little bits that I just slow stitched onto a piece of, I don't know, linen or something. I never backed it, but I probably should, or maybe not. Sometimes I like to see the stitches. And then that's just a little tuck spot for those photos, for this photo. I could do a complete journal just using all of Lidia's aesthetic photos. They're so real. And then these are some faith cards, the way, the truth, and the light. Oh, how he loves us. And then this one is blank for writing. And then this was a piece of printable canvas that I used to make a cover a long time ago, and I had some bits and pieces left over, so I put that little antique lace there and stapled it as a little tuck. This is from her French strips. This is The Unfailing Love of God. I wish I could redo this, because when I took this batch of tea stain paper a long time ago out, it had all these purple spots on it. And I have no idea where the purple spots came from. I used regular tea. So, but I wish I could mimic it. And then another French book page, one of Lydia's butterflies. And then this I love. This was a lace collage board that I made from antique paper, French book page, and all different antique laces that you could see through. And then after I glued it, I cut it all up, and then I slow stitched all those little flowers on it, put this little lace with this little button. I have to make some more of these. See, that's why I pulled it for inspiration for this one, because I don't have much inspiration. This is Spring Aesthetic, I believe. And some more Lavender Mae. This, I think, is a book page, like an end paper. And then some more Lavender Mae, and that embossed paper is the last page. So it's a little journal, but it's cute, and it has a lot of writing space, so perhaps one day I will write in it. For now, it sits on a shelf. Like a lot of our journals, right? Sometimes they're just so hard to write in. But this is such a writing journal. It has so much writing space. And then I just put this little piece of, yeah, that's my problem. I did do a couple of videos, but I had to delete them because I couldn't remember what the names of things were. This is ribbon. Yeah, doesn't matter. Let's begin. So, I've chosen my picture pages for this particular journal, which is going to be this isn't going to be the cover. This is just what I have in here. And I chose papers from different kits, but primarily Lavender Mae. And I did write everything down this time. These are all the kits so far that I'll be using. So, today, where are we in time? 9 minutes, yay. All right, so today, I'll show you what I've been working on, because like I said, you know, some days I can work for 10 minutes, some days I can work for 20, but I have to get in here because I spent almost 2 weeks out, like sleeping or laying down and resting, and that's part of the problem. I mean, I get 8-9 hours of sleep a night, but I don't feel rested at all. So we're going to start with this one. And what you'll need is something to be able to poke it. Now this is just a coaster. It's a cork coaster, so you could use that. have a little sip of my coffee. You can use, you know, something like this. This is what I usually put my coffee on. It goes with my mouse pad. So you could use that. I just took my coffee off it so I can show you. So you want something to be able to poke your holes in, and I'm going to use this. And I'm going to get something to poke the holes in. So my friend Aloha sent me some beautiful pins, and these are what I'm going to be using. I'll show you some of the ones she sent me. Well, she had a sale and I purchased them, but aren't they gorgeous? They're just beautiful. These are very sharp. I love them. I love little pokey tools that are pretty. Well, I like anything that's pretty. So, and they're really nice because this is my my pincushion, and they go in really well. You know, they stick in there really well. So, anyway. So now what I want to do is poke some holes, and I'll show you why in a moment. So I'm going to go, these are from her neutral, Raindrop Lila's neutral aesthetic photos. So I'm just going to punch some holes where I think I might want to put some French knots. But see how nicely this goes through? You could use a tack, you could use you know, the sewing needle, I guess. The sewing needle, the needle that I'll be using to make these little French knots is not sharp enough to go through. And this is on a very lightweight photo paper. So you don't need anything heavy. Paper, I think it might tear. So you want either a lightweight cardstock, a photo paper. I'm just making sure that I get all the little ones that I want to. That looks good. Okay, so I can put that away. I already threaded my needle. Oops. That doesn't like the coaster. So I already threaded my needle, and I'm using all 6 strands of my thread to make my French knots. And I'll show you at the end a couple that I've already made with different items. So what you want is some kind of like washi tape or something, and see how you can see the holes in the back. So I'm going to start over here. And don't worry about your stitches, you know, showing in the back or whatever. I'll show you what I did for that. So go through and then take your little tape here. I just don't want to make knots because I wanted to be able to back it for writing or a pocket, or I don't really know what I'm going to do with them all yet. But I love doing them. Well, I love to stitch anyway. It's very calming. It's very relaxing for me. So I just put this down. Now to do a French knot is very easy for those of you who have not done one before. You go around your needle. You take your needle like this. You wrap it around 3 times or twice. I'm going 3 times. So I'm wrapping it around 3 times, and then I'm going to pull it down tight, keep it tight and to the right, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it right back in that hole, hopefully. Can't really see because and that will make your French knot. Now I always hold that thread right there so it's nice and taut. Okay, and then pull it and it will make a French knot. And now I think I'll go, let's see, I think I'll go this way. So I am going to, and do this in the light so you can kind of see where you're going, you know. And I am using an embroidery needle because it doesn't have a real sharp end. And because the eye is pretty big for my 6 strands. So again, you're just going to go around 3 times. For mine, I'm going around 3 times. I'm going to hold it taut. I'm going to go back in that hole. See how I'm holding it tight to the left? And went back in that hole. And you could watch on video if you don't know how to make French knots. Just type in French knots on YouTube, or slow stitch, or embroidery, or I have books. I learned a lot by reading and practicing on books. You know, old books that I got at, you know, like Goodwill and things like that. And then when I get stuck for something, like if I wanted to make, say, a chain stitch, I'm just using that as an example. I'll go to YouTube and watch a couple of videos on chain stitching, and I'll practice them, and then, you know until I get it down good. And that's 3. And then put it back through that hole. Keep it taut and back through. And you have your French knot. Aren't they so sweet? I love French knots. I think they're probably my favorite stitch because they look like little rosebuds. So I'm just going into these little daisy centers basically. So again, I'm going to go around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then pull it. Did I get that all the way around the needle? Yeah. Nope, I split it. Hold on, I split that. 1, 2, 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do them because it's a lot easier. And you won't be here all day. So then just go back through that hole, the same hole as you came up through, and that makes your knot. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead real fast, and I guess I'll go up here. And you can always look on your back because you've got your little hole there. And then I like to do it this way. 1, 2, 3. And I do have a board, but it's real big and I don't need it for, I have like a felt board that I use, but I didn't want to bring it out for just these little photos. And if you don't know how to slow stitch, or you don't want to slow stitch, I'll give you another example of what you can do, which comes out really pretty. And I have a gazillion of them. I just can't find a needle thin enough. So if any of you have an idea as to where I can get a needle for seed beads, I would so much appreciate it. Because I have a gazillion seed beads that my daughter-in-law's mother gave me a long time ago because I wanted to make jewelry. Of course, it didn't last long. If you get a knot, like I just did, pull it loosely and it will come out. I'm going to go up through here. I wish I could speed it up for you guys, but I can't. You'd think one day I would figure that out, but you know, I just love crafting so much that it's not that I don't want to learn. I do want to learn how to pause. And well, my camera doesn't pause. It's an Apple iPhone, and I think that somebody told me there was an app I could get to pause it. So I'm going to look into that. But as far as editing it so that I can zip through this kind of thing. So 1, 2, 3. Back in through that hole. And it's good to have something there because then, you know, you're poking into that. And I don't worry about these marks that I've made just now because for some reason they pop back up again. You could use the other side, I suppose. It's got cork on it. If you don't want to ruin your coaster. But they did pop back up from my last one that I made. But this is very relaxing. And, you know, there's no hurry. There's really no hurry in anything as far as I'm concerned. Where are we going, really? I mean, unless you work, of course, then you really want to get things done. And I'm not. I'm retired. So, but there's always beds to be made. There's always laundry to be done. There's always dishes to do. There's always chores, too. There's the garden, which I'll have to show you pictures. I'm getting there. Thank you to my husband and another friend of ours who brought us the stone because there was no way we had any way to transport it. And they want millions of dollars to deliver it. So as soon as I get the plants and start putting those in, well, I'll take some pictures as I go along. It got destroyed in the hurricane, so we put down stone, and we're gonna do we're going to do a container garden this year because we're bound to get more hurricanes, and I'm sad when things die period. Oh my gosh, we need water so bad. My lake looks like a puddle. But we have birds' nests in our oak trees. And my husband is convinced we also have a squirrel nest. But I haven't been able to find it. But we definitely have 2 birds' nests. I hear them out there every morning when I go out to have my coffee. And spend some time with my friend Brenda, who is in Canada. Now, I don't spend time with her physically or on the phone. Is that 3? So I'm just going to now see how far I am up on that. I want to go way down. You probably can't see it in the camera because I'm trying to get through this fast. And I don't think that's going to work, but it might. Nope. See, I didn't have it tight enough. So you want to make sure it's tight enough. 1, 2, 3. And you want to just make sure that's tight enough. There we go. I really want to show you the next one in case you don't do this. So hang on, I'm almost done. I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I hope I don't run out of thread. If I do, that's all right. I'll do the last couple. I don't know if I can do this one. I want to pull this as tight as I can. I'm not going to have enough thread. Maybe this one. But I still have this one and this little tiny one to do, but that's fine. I'll do that another time. I'm going to run out of thread. 2, 3. Yeah, I am definitely gonna run out of thread. That's not gonna be tight enough, I don't think. Nope. I don't know if I have enough thread to do that. Well, okay. So anyway, I'm gonna put one here, and one there. Okay? So that takes care of that one. Now, if you don't have, these are some more aesthetic photos. These are her neutrals. Okay? So if you don't want to stitch it, and I am going to take this because I'm going to need some more thread, and I am going to tape this down right here because then I won't have a knot there. There. Isn't that pretty? So I still need to put the 3 knots there, but that's it so far. I don't know what's showing up in the camera. It's pretty bright out. I don't even have any lights on. So the next thing you can do is, let's see, this one you won't need this for. Now, I have so many seed beads, and I don't know if you are the same, but these are the seed beads I have. I have probably, I had to bring out both because I needed some of the colors that are in both, but I have like 8 of these with seed beads in them. And I need a seed bead needle. But I thought of something you could do with them. So let's get my little container here of yellow ones. I picked 2 different yellow. I picked like more of a gold, and I picked a little yellow. For this, you can use Fabri-Tac. I did use Fabri-Tac on some, but then I remembered I had the B7000. B7000 is for jewelry. It dries really, really fast. It's crystal clear. It dries so clear. So what I'm going to do for this one, and you can do the same thing, or are we in time? Okay. So I want to put, now I could put little, I could put little tiny French knots in there, you know, using like 2 strands and only going around the needle twice. But I thought, well, what if somebody doesn't want to sew? Well, that's okay. Let me just get a few of these and place them where I placed my glue. And I chose different colors. Just want to get them small enough. Put this one there. And that one. And I'm just kind of filling in the center of this daisy onto the glue. I just put a few pieces of glue, and I'm just going to press those down. It dries really fast. It's like super glue almost, but it doesn't, it's not super glued so that if you stick it to your hand, you can't get it off. You'd think I made jewelry. I have all the things. And I really wanted to. She makes gorgeous jewelry. Gorgeous beaded jewelry. I mean, it's like a, you know, it's a hobby, but it's a job as well. She sells a lot of her things. So I'll put this one here. And I'm just using different colors for this one. I think I need another little yellow one. Instead of the gold, I'll put yellow here. And I think I'll put one more. Sorry if my head's in the way. I just want to be in frame, which I think I am. And I think I'll do another yellow. So these are just little seed beads. And I filled it in with these. And I will I get my tweezers and make sure that I've got them. I might need one more. I think I will put that one in the middle. Oh, wait a minute. Press that down. So yeah, press them down any way they want to sit. I wasn't real fussy about that. And I'll put another one right in the center here. But this is what you can do with your black and white photos, you know. If you have photos that have color in them, well then just print them in black and white. And you can do the same thing. These happen to be, you know, sepia, more in the sepia tone. Just want to push this up here so it looks more. There. And I'm going to do the same thing to this part over here. Just put some dabs of glue, just like Fabri-Tac, and I'll show you the one that I made with Fabri-Tac. But then I remembered I had this and I was like, oh, I'll use that. It dries fast, and like I said, it's like super glue. It's awesome. Especially for like metals or, you know, anything metal. There. And I'll just wipe the top off so it doesn't. And then I've had this forever. And I use it on different things. So now I'm just going to put my little pieces on this side so I can kind of see what I'm doing with them. I shouldn't have done that with my finger. Let me get the glue off. Okay, so this is where sometimes your tweezers can come in handy. Or not. See how relaxing it is? You know what this reminds me of? I've never done it, but for those of you who have, it's probably like diamond painting. I've never tried it. I've never even seen a kit. I've seen it done. Sparkle from, oh, I am so sorry. Sparkle. She does a lot of diamond painting for therapy for her hands. I actually have a Happy Mail she sent me a long time ago that I just came across in my linen drawer, and I have to bring it out so I can show it because I never did. I think she sent it to me in like, I don't remember, in December. I have a lot of Happy Mails that I need to bring out. So I think I need some more of the gold. And I just put them in this little dish so I wasn't dropping or pulling them out of that big container or having the big container on my desk. I don't have a lot of room. I don't really want to get any glue on my fingers because then I don't want these to stick to my hands. Isn't that pretty? And that's the last one, I think. think I've covered it all. And I try not to be too precious about the way they're sitting. You know, I like them sitting in different ways. So it gives it that three-dimensional kind of look. I'm just pressing them down to make sure they're going to stick. There. Make sure I got glue everywhere where there's a bead. And there you go. There's the one with the beads on it. So let me show you real quick. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you. This one we need fabric for. But what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to take this. This is a vintage linen. It's got cross stitches on it. It's beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to put her here. This is easy. I promise I won't keep you too much longer. But these are just some ideas you can do with your aesthetic photos. Now this particular one, I saw similar. I'm going to cut it right about here. I should use my fabrics. This is a little easier. I saw something similar to this from Denise from A Tatted Dream. Got a Happy Meal from Angie. If those of you who don't know who Angie is, she is a crafter of the utmost amazing ideas. She makes gorgeous journals, and she doesn't have any social media. Let me see if I can tear this straight. She doesn't have a social media, but Denise was showing a Happy Meal that she got from Angie, and Angie had done something similar to what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm not going to take that part off. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to let it fringe. I'm going to let it do what it wants. And again, for this one, I like the threads, but they only will come to a point because you've got the cross stitch and all that beautiful, I don't know what you call this. It's not in glaze. I'm not sure if any of you know, but it is vintage. So anyway, so we'll put these aside so you won't get confused. Because wait, that's not all. So what I'm going to do for this one is I am going to glue the photo to the fabric. Okay, and I'm using Fabri-Tac. I suppose, you know, probably it went like, you know, for a trim for like a garment or what have you, it would go like this. And I was considering taking those parts off because I'm thinking that that's like the salvage, if you will, like how the salvage is in new fabric. But a lot of my linen that comes like this has this on it, and I love it. I always keep it on there because I like it, and it kind of matches the bottom as well. So, or, you know, I mean, by all means, you could tack it under, you know, if you don't want that look, or you could just tear it off, but I'm leaving it. And this is Lavender Mae as well. Those two were, this is Lavender Mae, and these two are Sepia Aesthetic or Neutral Aesthetic. I think it's Neutral Aesthetic, but I'll leave it in the link below. So I'm just going to do the edge. and then take my little tool so I don't have any seepage on the back of this lace. Or, yeah, it is a lace, I just don't know what you call it. Someday I'll take out my laces that I have and try to identify them all. Because I hear people all the time telling me, oh, this is in, you know, such and such anglaise, and this is such and such, you know, insertion lace, and I really need to find out. So I'm going to get my little tool here. Where is it? Excuse my reach. And I'm just going to kind of spread that so it doesn't seep through. So I'm basically taking most of the glue. I'm not taking it off, I'm just spreading it so it doesn't seep through the fabric. And I can pull that off in a moment. So I want this to go. Oh, maybe I can get that whole cross stitch in. I'll do it like that. Okay, hold on 1 second. There's just one more step. Or you can move forward. See, if you do that and you rub most, you know, you just do a little bit of glue, you don't have any seepage on the back. And you could sew around that too, but I don't need to because I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now, what color do I want to use? What color did I use on the other one? I used a green. I think I'll use this. So again, you can use twine, you can use embroidery floss, you can use whatever you want. And this is all tangled. There we go. There we go. Now I'm taking a long piece of this because I want to tie a bow. And I don't need that little knot. And I need my needle again. Which, what did I do with it? That's not it. Uh-oh. There it is. So I'm just going to put my, I'm using 6 strands of embroidery floss. And this is just plain cotton embroidery floss. And now what I'm going to do is I'll need this back. Let me just put this here. I'm going to need my ruler. I'm telling you guys, this is bad. I'm staring right at it. I knew it. It's really hard. I feel like this is the first video I've ever done. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, this is, sometimes it's easier in centimeters, but I'll give it to you in inches. It's 2.5. So I'm going to put this at 1, and that looks about the middle, but I don't want it so far in. I want it right there. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go straight across. And I'm going to put another hole right here. Let's see if that went through all the way. I just don't suggest that you hold it and put your needle through because you might poke your finger. And this, like I said, is like a nail. It's so sharp. I love it though. Isn't it so pretty? Thank you, Aloha, if you're watching. I really love it. I love these. I've made some, but they're not as sharp. Like I've made, you know, pokey tools before, but they're not as sharp as these. There's that one. And there's one that's not coming out. I don't know why. But anyway, they're just not as sharp as those are. I think those are vintage. So then what I'm going to do is get my thread, and I'm going to go through my hole here. And leave enough to tie a bow, and then I can always cut it. And then I'm going to go through my fabric here. You could put this on anything, linen, any kind of fabric. And then what I'm going to do is tie a bow. But I'm not pulling it tight because I don't want that to, I don't want the fabric to pull out the lace. So I'll just tie a bow and cut it. And then I'll show you the ones I've made already and how I finish them off, because I don't want to keep you all day, but I'll give you what I use to do it. So I'm going to pull this down. I don't want a big bow, so I don't want to take away from the photo, but I want to pull it tight enough, which won't matter because I always put a little bit of fabric tack on that so it won't come undone. Let's pull this a little bit more and get some fabric tack. And you only need a dot on that, just a dot. And let it sit and it will dry clear. And then I'm going to cut it here and cut that there. This is like a peachy pink. I didn't want to use purple or lavender. There. And then same thing on the other side. So, how did I do that? This way. Leave it long enough to make a bow. Or a knot. Angie just made a knot, and she used, I don't know what she used. She could have used embroidery floss, I don't remember. And she did it on like a crocheted lace, I think. It's Denise from A Little Bit Pretty. I'll leave her link below. Her video wasn't too long ago. I'll try and find that video and link that video of Angie's gifts that she sent her. Oh my goodness, beautiful, beautiful items. And Rhonda from A Little Bit French as well. She got a gift from her too for Easter, I believe. And all the items are so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I love watching those and studying them. But this one really caught my eye, what she did. I thought it was so unique. And a good way to use, you know, your fabrics, your laces, your aesthetic photos. I mean, everybody's using photos now. I'm even using my own photos that I'm scanning and printing. Because, of course, you know, I want to keep the originals. Let me see. What do you think? Is that about right? Yeah. so I don't lose it. And there you go. Is that not just the sweetest? I think that is so sweet. Ooh, oh, that would have been beads everywhere. But there you go. And then if you wanted to cover the back, you could, you know, for writing. But I think I might use it as a flip in my journal. So let me show you what I did with the other ones yesterday. And then I will let you go. So there's that one. Oh, let me just get this pin in here so my glue doesn't get goopy. Especially because I just remembered I had my fan on. And then I can put this away as well. So I did this one, and I used the beads for the lavender. And this says, change my heart by your truth. I haven't backed that yet, but I'll show you what I'm going to back it with. And then here she is. Oh my goodness. And she's holding a butterfly. This is Lavender Mae. And I put that on the fabric, and I'll probably use this too as a flip. But isn't she just darling? And I used almost a minty thread on that. And then this one. Now this one, I had to do it. As soon as my printer got set up, Lidia came out with a new paper collection. This particular one is the Elegant Yellow. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. So I'll be using this for some backing as well. I had to print a couple of pages, and I don't want to go crazy, even though I do want some yellow in this particular journal. I don't want it to be all purple. But yeah, so anyway, this is the marbled, and it is gorgeous. And this is just a rub-on butterfly. In here, Christ alone is my hope, and I'll show you where I got that. Are those it? Yeah. So we've got this one and this one. These are with the beads, and these are with those. And where I got these is I printed them on, this is vintage typing paper, but you could use tracing paper as well. The vintage typing paper is 24 pounds, so it goes right through your printer. But it is just like tracing paper. As you can see right through it. Let's see. Well, you can. Anyway, see. So, let's see. These are her Hannah faith labels. And I think, I'll wait till I get to that part. But all I do is cut out what I want, and then I can place it here. You know, this is Change My Heart by Your Truth, and I just put some of my faux age tape here and here. I'll finish these two up. Those are done. And then on the back of one, I thought I did some lavender. Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, I did a lavender rub-on. Look at this marble paper. Oh my gosh, you should see this kit. So anyway, this is the marble collection of the yellow kit she just came out with. And then I showed you the elegant yellow background pages. That's just one. I didn't dare print any more because I was afraid that I was going to add too much yellow. And then I did print these as well. These are some of my favorite. And what I'll do is probably, I'm not sure where, if I may cut, I will praise the Lord who counsels me, even at night my heart instructs me. You can do that by, I'm sorry, I have have a cramp in my thumb. But let's see, I will praise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, right? So this is a way you can use your tag without them being tags, if that makes sense. And these are the Hannah Bible tags. And I use these in a lot of my journals because, I mean, it's already typed up for you. I have one that I made a while ago that I would type up my own, but she's got so many. And you can print them over and over and over. So, let's see, will all of this fit? I think so. So I will praise the Lord who counsels me. I will praise the Lord. And I love doing this. Who counsels me. I might have to cut them more narrow, but I'm just giving you an idea. Who counsels me. Even at night. Yeah, I'll have to cut them more narrow. My heart instructs me. So I'll cut them more narrow, but you get the point. So I will praise the Lord who counsels me even at night. My heart instructs me. And then here it says Psalms 16:7. Now another thing you could do is, and I'm just thinking about this, I'll probably do that. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to back this with probably this. Okay, I'll back it, and then I'll put, I will praise the Lord. You know, I'll start up here where the tag is. I mean, where the journal card is. And that will give her some inspiration to write as to what she wants on that particular page. I will praise the Lord who counsels me, even in my heart, even at night. My heart instructs me. And then you can do Psalms 167. So it will be on this, but that's probably what I'll do. Isn't that pretty? Even at night, my heart instructs me. There. And that will go on there. So use your tags. You don't have to use them necessarily as tags, although they're beautiful. I love using all of the words. They give me so much inspiration, especially when I'm writing. So anyway, that is today's video. So I'll put them here so you can see them. And I hope you enjoyed that video. I did. I loved visiting with you, and I'm not nearly as nervous. So possibly tomorrow I'll come back with part 2 of this journal because I really need to finish it. And some I'll do off camera. But I just wanted to show you these and give you some ideas of what you can do with your aesthetic photos. Okay, so, and Lidia has a ton, and even if she has them in color, like she has some spring aesthetic photos with tulips, they would be great printed on, you know, like a piece of cardstock in black and white, and then you can add your own colors with threads or beads. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I certainly did. And I will be back again tomorrow. Until then, be well, be sweet, be kind to yourself and others, and God bless. Love you all. Bye.